After about 8 hours, actually about 6.5 hours on this live stream, it is now time for the main event of the evening. The moment we've all been waiting for. Anthony Joshua, essentially with the hopes and dreams of returning to heavyweight glory, snatching the belt off the winner, Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, and quite honestly, carrying the hopes of boxing on his shoulders. Is taking a fight that he once called a gimmick fight versus a gimmick fighter, who's changed the mind of everyone and taken the boxing world by storm. Francis Ngannou is here. Tonight, he tries to prove that he's here to stay on the main stage of boxing. You want to talk about putting it all on the line? Both these gentlemen will tonight. AJ putting his reputation, his potentially final chance at the belt, boxing's reputation on the line, and Francis, once again, shaking the dice at the casino, playing with house money and saying, one more time, I'm going to prove that impossible is nothing. Who wins this heavyweight matchup? Our main event is here. It's time. I don't have those answers, but now, guess we find out. Francis walking out with his gloves to God's plan, opens the arms up and welcomes the people of Saudi. AJ looks... Does he got shoulder pads in those ropes? Because that looks wide. His shoulders look wide. This feels better. This feels bigger than the heavyweight championships of the world. This is what it feels bigger than that. Round one. Here we go, baby. AJ comes out, jabs to the body immediately. I apologize if I go crazy and my mic blasts your eardrums into oblivion. I am sorry. It's going to happen probably. AJ with a pretty wide stance, a lot of feints. Goes jab to the body, and Francis tries to go check hook behind it. Stabbing shots to the body right now from AJ. That was good. That was good work to start the fight. A lot of up and down level changes from both guys. Francis has already shown his lead hook to AJ a couple of times, so AJ's seen that. AJ doing a lot of feinting, and as he does, he takes steps forward. Francis with another check hook, and it gets through. Wasn't the most powerful, but it got through, and he keeps going to it. As AJ feints, he knows that's the shot he wants to go to. Francis throws some big wild shots, and then there's the clinch. AJ again working the body. Smart strategy. Smart strategy to try to work at the gas tank of Francis Ngannou. You know that the big man has only boxed one time, and it was a very low output, low volume fight. Someone's got one of those vuvuzelas. Oh, right hand from Francis. That was nice. AJ kind of sliding to his right, walked right into a right hand, but he ate it well. Now Francis goes southpaw. Francis, oh, right hand from AJ, and Francis goes down. Woo! AJ with a nasty right hand. And that's the first time Francis Ngannou has hit the canvas ever. He's hurt bad. Oh, my God. He went southpaw, and AJ stuck a right hand through the guard directly on Francis's chin. I've never seen him hurt before, but he's hurt bad right now. 30 seconds left in round one. Francis is in real trouble. He's in real trouble. AJ just barely missed a right hand. Oh, my goodness. AJ looking to load that right hand. 15 seconds. Francis needs to survive the round because he went southpaw, and he tried to play with Tyson Fury like that, and AJ made him pay. Francis is not used to defending himself in that southpaw position. He got hurt bad. Oh, my goodness. Straight right hand directly down the pipe, and it looked like he fucking rolled his ankle. I agree with the commentary. Francis was having a great round, but that turns everything. Jab feint, right hand down the pipe. If I'm Francis Ngannou, I don't even remotely attempt to go southpaw the rest of the fight. He was hurt bad. Let's see what Francis has after that knockdown. That was huge. Obviously, you got to shake the cobwebs here if you're Francis, but AJ's got to be careful as well. Francis still has dynamite in his hands. We know that AJ does. That's the first time Francis has ever hit the canvas. And yeah, Francis on the exchange after did catch him, but didn't hurt AJ at all. I like Francis in this orthodox position throwing that check hook. I know that AJ's setting up that overhand around the hook, but still, I like the reactions far better out of orthodox than I do southpaw right now for Francis. And again, the lead hook from Francis, it's been there over and over. You have to know that AJ is setting something up behind it because he hasn't responded to it yet. So he goes right hand to the body there. He's going to go upstairs with that counter right hand soon. Right over the hook of Francis. He's going to go right to it. There it was. He went right to it and caught Francis, landed it heavy, and Francis just ate that shit. 1:30 left here in round two. Francis hasn't really uncorked anything from his backhand just yet. Hasn't had the openings, to be fair. AJ's done a great job of keeping his hands high, shoulder up, over the chin. Again, Francis goes to that lead hook, but AJ just has a lot of setups and a lot of weapons. Fast with his jab right now. Oh, yeah, right hand. Francis goes down again. Oh, my God. It's a boxing lesson, ladies and gentlemen. He might not get up. 7, 8, 9. He got cracked with another right hand over the top. 40 seconds left in round 2. This is going to go downhill, and it's going to go downhill quickly, ladies and gentlemen. AJ has landed 2 flush right hands, and he puts Francis out. Oh, my God. Right hand, and Francis eats the canvas. Oh, my God. Francis Ngannou is out cold on the canvas. He is out cold. That was an absolute nuclear bomb. I hope Francis is okay. Let's just make sure Francis is okay first. AJ is a stone cold killer right now, dude. Okay, they got Francis sitting up. Woo! Okay. All right. That was fucking vicious. Okay, so let's talk about it. What happened, essentially, why did what happened happen? AJ was a technically superior boxer, which we knew. We just didn't know to the degree and how he would navigate the power of Francis Ngannou. Well, the first pillar to fall for Francis in this fight was the fact that he had no idea that he was being set up deliberately, punch after punch after punch. He was a little bit lax, a little bit loose, and quite frankly, just unaware of what the danger was on the other side. Francis, you got to remember, has never been hurt in any fight he's been in. He's been hit with shots, but no one's ever wobbled him, hurt him, sent him to the canvas. AJ's the first to do that. And he does it in the first round after Francis has some success with his check hook, has some success on the front foot with his lead hook, but doesn't see that the jab to the body that AJ continuously is throwing is a setup shot. That AJ's essentially giving Francis the lead hook. He's essentially giving it to him. Like, yes, take that lead hook, get comfortable throwing it, get comfortable landing it, because you're letting your guard down each time we do this back and forth exchange. Each time AJ throws the jab to the body and Francis comes over to the top of the hook, AJ's like, cool. Got him. Cool. Then, as the round goes on, Francis, for some reason, decides he wants to show him southpaw. Francis is not able to kick in the boxing ring, so I don't know why he continues to do that. Maybe to show a different look, but he's not great defensively in southpaw. So AJ just lines up a straight right hand, says, hold this one, through the guard, hits Francis directly in the fucking mouth, drops him to the canvas the first time Francis has been dropped. Big time stuff. What happens from there is, again, Francis was lazy with his lead hand, paid for it. The first one hurt him bad. Luckily, he survives the round. Second round comes out, Francis is like, fuck all that southpaw shit, I'm going to go back orthodox. But again, the switching of stance it was not a great idea, but it wasn't the key factor. It was the fact that Francis was outmatched as a boxer. He was not in any way, shape, or form understanding the game plan from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 that AJ was putting out. The bait he was putting out, Francis was essentially going for. So again, AJ to the body with the jab. Now he's following up with the right hand to the body. And Francis is kind of holding that lead hand out and trying to gauge distance with it, keeping it a little low, trying to work his jab, but a little bit elongated, right? Overcommittal to the jab. And then at a certain point in that second round, AJ, as he had met Francis with his jab to the body, kept meeting him. He pulled back. Francis got a little too long on the jab, pulled back, bang. Right hand down the pipe, and Francis hits the canvas again, and this time he's hurt bad. Like, he hits the canvas where he does the butt scoot like your dog when it has worms. It was like one of them ones, you know what I'm saying? Then he gets up, fair play to Francis. Tough son of a gun, man, because that was a nasty, nasty right hand. Gets up at the count of 8, answers the count, and then the second one, I guess the third one, AJ said, fuck all that feigning shit. This guy's hurt. Francis walks into range again, and probably because he's a little hurt, probably because he knows that the longer this fight goes, the worse it's going to get, he throws that jab out again. The same mistake back to back like Drizzy Drake. And the right hand from absolute hell comes over the top of it. Francis hits the canvas and is out cold. AJ wins the fight. This was simply what the smart money, what for the most part, everyone in the back of their head thought about Francis and AJ. Even myself. Yes, I emotionally picked Francis. I will say this. I did not think that AJ was going to fucking spark him out cold like that. I was wrong about it. It was a true wake-up call to people even like myself that had the illusion because of what Francis did in the ring with Tyson Fury that he was able to be on a level even close to AJ as a boxing technician. It wasn't close. It was professional to amateur. What happens next for Francis is the question I have, because we already know what's next for AJ. It's the winner of Tyson Fury and Usyk. And as we sit here talking about AJ, the question I have is just how good is he? In that, let's say he has to go into that third matchup with Alexander Usyk. Has he found the right recipe with Ben Davison and his new team? That's a vicious dude that I hadn't seen since, I don't know, man, so many years back. 2016 AJ came out again. But if I'm honest, there's nothing like that AJ and Tyson Fury matchup to get the juices flowing. That's the one the world needs. It's probably the biggest matchup in boxing that you can make, potentially in the last decade or longer. So that's the one we want. Tyson Fury is in great shape. It looks like he's going to go and obviously have a different mentality for this fight versus Usyk. We'll see what happens. But for Francis, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you do with him now, because you obviously want to make big fights with him. It has to be at the top. I don't know what I would want to see. Like, do you want to put him in there with Zhang after that? No. With a motivated Fury? I don't know. Probably not. With Parker? With Wilder? Maybe with Wilder. I don't know. Wilder would be probably the answer because of the lack of technique involved and the big money and the fireworks that could come out of that. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Honestly, I don't know if we, even with this loss, I don't know that we see Francis go back and do MMA. I think he's going to stay in box. I just don't know where you put him. Wilder probably does make the most sense. So with that being said, that is where we leave this. Like I said, it was pretty clear after the first knockdown that Francis didn't have the capabilities to be in there with Anthony Joshua. He was outmatched, outgunned, and technically, fundamentally did not have the tools to take down one of the best, if not the best, heavyweight on the planet. I don't know if we can judge that from this fight, but we're going to have that opportunity when AJ steps in with the winner versus Fury and Usyk. What happens in that fight, what happens for Francis in the future, I don't have those answers, but what I do know is AJ, Anthony Joshua, detonated an absolute bomb tonight. He made a statement, and he told the world once again that you don't play boxing. You can't come from MMA. As much as I wanted to see it, as much as a lot of those MMA heads wanted to see it, and just become a boxer. Years in the game, through the ups and downs, it pays off for AJ. He gets it done. And where he goes next, I guess we'll find out.